डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी।
Namaskar dear students, I Dr. Himanshu Patel welcome you all for the session on working with Firebase in Flutter. Now we will take two demonstrations, one to understand Firestore database and another to understand authentication services provided by Firebase. So here we want to create a Flutter application that integrates with Firebase Cloud Firestore to manage user information. The app should allow a new user. Here if I type name and email and then click on add user, it will be added to these list and it is also stored in Firestore database. Then it display all user that you can see here. Whatever users we have added is shown as a list. Then you can update user details. So when I click on this edit icon, I can edit user information. Similarly, when I click on this delete icon, I can delete user after confirmation. So application ensure that all changes like add, update, delete are instantly reflected in user interface using Firestore's real-time synchronization, and it demonstrates how Flutter can be combined with Firebase to build a complete CRUD, that is create, read, update, delete application for user management. This is how it works. So here I type username and its email, and when I click on this add user button, if there are no errors, it will be added into the list, and if there are some errors, it will be shown in a snack bar. Then when I click on this edit icon, it opens dialog box to display name and existing email, and you can change these and click on save to reflect those changes. And when I click on this delete icon button, it will confirm delete. Are you sure you want to delete this user? And if I click on delete, then it will be deleted. If I click on cancel, it will not be deleted. So this is my working of app. Now we have set up project in Firebase. We have attached our app with Firebase. Now we need to create these users collections in Firestore. Now let us understand how to create database for this demo app. So for that you have to again log into your Firebase console, and then you have to select this project we have created just before this. Then in build you will see Firestore database. So click on Firestore database to create new database, and then it will ask you to select edition. So we have select standard edition, and then you have to click on next button. Here it asks you for the location, which is a server in a different countries. So your location setting is where your Cloud Firestore data will be saved. So once you set this location, you cannot change it later. So you have to click next after selecting location. And finally, what you want to do is you have to configure your app, your database in production mode or test mode. So here I have selected production mode and then click on create. Now remember, by default that data cannot be accessed by third party or any other app. So for reading and writing data, you need to provide permission, right? So click on create. Now it will create database. So here is a blank database. Now what we can store inside database is a collection, which is a collection of documents, and each document represents record in a database with multiple fields. So first we need to create collections. So what our collection name should be? We want to store users information. So my collection name may be user. So click on start collection and it will ask you to enter your collection name or ID. So my collection ID is users, because I want to store users inside these. Then you have to click on next. Now it will ask you to create document. You can manually give ID to document, or you can click on auto ID text to generate document ID automatically. It is like primary key which uniquely identifies record in a database. So document ID is a unique and not null. So either you type manually or click on auto ID. Remember, we have three fields: username, email, and when it was created. So click on type field name user. You can select type from these drop down, and then you can provide its value. So the first document is added with first field, that is username, and its value is Himanshu.Patel. If you wish, you can add more field by clicking on these. I want to add 3 fields, so click on that. Now you can see here I have used auto ID. So it automatically provides you document ID, and then second field is email of type string, and this is my email address, and then I have to again add third field, which is when this user is added. So for that I have created field created at, and its type is timestamp, because I want to store date and time on which user was created. So here you have to specify date and then time, and then you can save your first document. So click on that. So it displays that now I have one users collection. Inside that there is a document with this ID, and it has a 3 fields: created at, email, and username. It generally displayed in chronological order. So created at was created last, before that we have created email, and before that we have created username. So it is displayed like that. You can add more field by clicking on these if you require. So inside our Firebase project we have added one database, and that database contains users collection and user document. Now I want to use these collection inside my code. Earlier we are in data tab. You can see here there are tabs like data, rules, indexes, disaster recovery, usage, etc. So to create a database, you have to be in this data tab. Now I want to provide permissions to write into this database. So go to rules in Firestore database, and then if you see this rule, write is by default false. So you have to enable write by writing true instead of false. So when you type or change that value, it will ask you to publish or discard changes. So we want to make changes permanent, so I click on publish. So it will be now changed to true, but it shows security warning that your security rules are defined as public, so anyone can steal, modify or delete data in your data if they have access. Now we write down second app. We will understand coding for these demo later on. We have just learned how to set up Firestore. This is my second app which gives authentication demo. So we want to create Flutter application that integrates with Firebase authentication to provide multiple user sign-in options. App should allow user to register or sign up with email and password. Here you can see there are 2 buttons, sign up and login, and whatever email and password is provided, it will be stored in database, and once it is sign up, we can log in using that username and password. And if you don't want to register and log in, you can sign up with Google also, or you can sign up with phone using OTP verification. So these applications handle user authentication state and ensure that once a user logs in successfully, their session is maintained until they log out. It also demonstrates how to implement multiple authentication methods in Flutter using Firebase, making the app suitable for real world scenario where user prefers different login option. You can also add other options like Facebook and Twitter, but initially we use these three sign-in methods using email password or with Google or with phone. Now you have to enable these services in your Firebase project to which your app is linked. So this is how it works. Here I have to type username and password and then click on sign up. So when I try to sign up with same user, tells that the email address is already in use by another account. So we can prevent duplicate sign up. If your username and password is correct and if you click on sign up, it will redirect you to this dashboard page, and here it displays welcome and then user name. Now if you type these username and password and then click on login, then again it will display dashboard with welcome message. Now this is a second authentication method, sign in with Google. So when I click on this sign in with Google, it will display dialog box to select already logged in accounts, and you can add another account also by clicking on this add another account. So I have already signed in on emulator with these accounts. So I have selected that and it displays welcome message, but here you can see this is my Gmail account profile picture. So it is displayed in circle avatar, and when I try to authenticate myself using phone number, I have to provide phone number and then click on send OTP. So here you can see it displays OTP sent, and then I have to enter that OTP and click on verify OTP, and if OTP is correct, it will again land me to this dashboard page where it displays welcome, but this time it displays phone number rather than username because my phone number is used. This is how it works. Now how to enable different authentication service in Firebase project. So let us try to understand that. Now this is my Firebase console. Here in build we have earlier used Firestore database. Now we want to use this authentication. So click on authentication. It will open this page for the first time. So there are no authentication method is defined yet. So these page is displayed, and here ask you to set up sign in methods. So you have to click on this blue button, right? Once it is clicked, it provides different sign in methods like email password, Google, Facebook, Play Games, GitHub, Apple, Game Center, phone, anonymous, Microsoft Teams or Microsoft accounts, Twitter and Yahoo. Initially I want to set up phone method, sign in using phone. So click on this phone. It will ask you to enable these sign in method. Enable these, and now phone authentication requires additional configuration steps. So you have to follow steps for your platform. So click on these Android and then follow steps whatever is suggested. And if you want to just test your phone number in emulator, then you can use these features, phone number for testing. So here you have to provide country code and then your phone number 10 digit, and this is a dummy verification code or OTP that you have to add so that you can test your sign in method inside emulator, and then you have to click on save. Remember that don't forget to follow steps to use that method in particular platform. So click on Android and do whatever it asks. When you click on this save button, that sign in method is saved, and now you can see that it is enabled. So phone authentication is added. We want to add other method, then you can click on add new provider. Now I want to add another provider, right? So I click on Google sign in, and that will ask me to add my email for project. So I have to select that, and then I have to click on save. It will ask you to download latest configuration file. Earlier we have downloaded that JSON file. So here you have to enable Google signing for first time, creates new authentication client which are automatically added to the configuration file for your apps. So download and replace configuration file in your app so that you can use Google sign in for your app. So you have to download these files, and then you have to click on done. Now you can see that Google sign in is added. So email authentication is added. Here I want to add email or password, right? So for that I have to click on email or password in sign in method, and then it asks me to enable that. So I have enabled these, and then I have to click on save. Now 3 sign in methods are added: email password, phone, and Google sign in. Now you can access these method using code in Flutter. Friends, we have learned how to set up Firebase and integrate it with your Flutter project. We have set up Firestore database and different sign-in method in Firebase. Let us write or understand code for that 2 apps. One is for implementing CRUD operations for storing user data, and one is that demonstrate different sign-in method to log into your Firestore Firebase data. So let's start in Visual Studio Code. So first we understand minimum code that requires to connect with Firebase. So here you can see my project is Firestore_demo, and this is my project structure. Here I have written different Dart files to implement that 2 apps. So this main.dart is a minimal code to connect with Firebase. So let us first understand these file. Now before that we have to check different settings in a different file. So here is my pubspecs.yml file. Here you can see in dependency section we have had Firebase_core, cloud_firestore, Firebase_auth, and Google_sign_in package, so that you can use those package in your code. So first thing you have to keep in mind is add dependency, and don't forget to run flutter pubget command in terminal after adding these dependents, right? The second we have learned that you have to put these Google services.json file which is downloaded while setting up your Firebase project inside these. Now remember, these package name must match everywhere. You don't need to do anything inside this file because it is automatically created. You have to just place it inside app folder inside Android, and on app folder you have to place this file. 2 files in which we need to make change is your project level build.gradle file. So this is my project level build.gradle file. Now here you have to write down these Google services, which is a Firebase plugin. So you have to mention that. Then inside app folder build.gradle file, which is here, you have to mention these com.google.gms.google-services. So Flutter Gradle plugin must be applied after the Android and Kotlin Gradle plugin. So here you have to apply these plugins, then you must provide dependence. So this is a BOM for the Firebase platform. So you have to write down this dependency and this dependency inside dependency section of your Gradle file. So you have to make these changes. Now let us first understand minimum code to connect with Firebase. So this is my main.dart file. Here we have to import two packages. One is material.dart for user interface and another is firebase_core.dart file to use or connect with Firebase. So this is my main. Now main is declared as a asynchronous because before running my app I want to initialize Firebase. So first line you have to return is Wiget's flutter binding dot ensure initialize method, and then you have to call await method firebase dot initialize app. After these two steps is completed, app is connected with Firebase. Inside run app I have provided my app as a Wiget, which is root Wiget. Here I define class my app which extends stateless Wigets, and this is my constructor. Inside that I have to override build method. So inside that I return material app, I provided title, and inside home I write down scaffold with app bar text as a Firebase setup demo, and inside center I want to display Firebase is connect, and then you have to close scaffold and material. So this is a minimum code. Since if these two line executed properly, then we can say we have connected with Firebase. Now let us try to run this inside our emulator. So this is my emulator. Now I want to run this inside emulator. So click on run. It will run that code inside my emulator. So now Flutter launch these inside my emulator. So now you can see message Firebase is connect. Our Firebase services are running perfect. So this is a minimum code that you need to write before creating other functionality. Let us sum up. Firebase is a powerful backend as a service or BaaS solution that allows developer to build full-featured applications without managing complex server infrastructure. When combined Firebase with Flutter, it enables rapid development of cross-platform app with real-time data synchronization and seamless backend integration. We explored the core services of Firebase such as authentication, Cloud Firestore, and real-time database, and learn how to integrate them into Flutter applications. Through hands-on example, we will implement user authentication and build a complete CRUD-based Firestore app to manage data in real time. Now by mastering these concepts, you can now confidently develop scalable, secure and responsive mobile or web application using Flutter and Firebase together. So I hope you enjoy this session. Thank you and happy learning.